The Ankara fashion landscape for 2025 has opened with a vivid, empowering celebration of the mature plus-size woman. Now more than ever, designers are pouring their energy, their craftsmanship, and their vision into creating garments that speak to a quiet strength, to grace, and to the confidence that only time and experience can bring. This year, Ankara fashion is not simply about the cloth or the cut. It is about honoring presence. It is about inviting the woman who has seen many seasons of life to step forward and take her place at the center of style, not with noise, but with elegance. At the heart of this movement are two signature forms, the Ankara dress and the Ankara skirt and blouse. Together, they are painting the season in vibrant color, intricate patterns, and silhouettes that are modest, dignified, and exquisitely refined. The Ankara dress of 2025 is far more than a garment. It is a statement of ease, of beauty, of cultural pride. Designed as a one-piece creation that envelopes the body in flowing comfort and tasteful structure, these dresses offer a visual story that begins with neckline and sleeve, travels through the shaping of the waist, and concludes in the careful rhythm of the hemline. This year, the high neckline is not just a modest touch. It is the starting point of elegance. Jewel necks, stand collars, and softly pleated round necklines are all emerging as favorites, offering full coverage while drawing attention to the face. Some are edged with hand embroidery. Others feature soft lace or applique detail. But all share a quiet intent, to frame the wearer in poise. The sleeve follows with equal attention. Long sleeves gathered at the wrist, puffed shoulders balanced by tapered arms, or bishop sleeves that catch light with every movement. These are the design details that give the Ankara dress its gentle drama. And then there is the skirt. For the plus-size woman who seeks room to move, who seeks ease without sacrifice of shape, the 2025 Ankara dress delivers. Some silhouettes offer a soft A-line fall from a lightly shaped waist, while others use tiered layers or diagonal paneling to introduce movement and structure. Designers are careful with fullness. It is never bulky, never chaotic. It is managed and measured, always with the wearer in mind. The fabrics themselves are chosen not just for print, but for feel. Cotton Ankara with its familiar crisp texture remains a mainstay, but is now being joined by softer blends, waxed finishes, and even sheer Ankara overlays that float just above the base layer. These are dresses that move with their wearers, not against them. Color has taken on a deeper voice this season. Rather than playing safe, the Ankara dresses of 2025 are embracing bold combinations that reflect the richness of the African palette. Deep reds paired with navy and gold. Earthy greens layered with soft blush tones. Vibrant turquoise dancing beside coral orange. These are not simply beautiful. They are meaningful. They reflect heritage, vitality, and pride. Designers are exploring not just prints, but what those prints mean. Motifs drawn from nature, symbols of strength, and repeating patterns of unity and abundance are showing up across collections. And these motifs are not limited to the young or the runway ready. They are being worn, beautifully, by women who know their worth and are not afraid to take up space. While the Ankara dress continues to reign, the Ankara skirt and blouse has stepped forward as the quiet contender, no less graceful, no less commanding. This pairing, beloved for its versatility, has returned in 2025 with new silhouettes, finer tailoring, and a bolder aesthetic that embraces the plus-size form with thoughtful structure. Blouses are no longer afterthoughts. They are now built with the same intentional design as any couture piece. High necklines lead the way here as well, offering sophistication and modesty in perfect balance. The blouses are fitted through the bodice, gently shaped to define the waist without clinging, and often enhanced with features such as soft gathers, angled peplums, or center-front pleats that lengthen the figure. Sleeves are again a highlight. Puff sleeves with just the right amount of volume, cuffed sleeves with button details, or soft flared shapes that graze the forearm, each one designed with movement and proportion in mind. The accompanying skirts have taken on a life of their own. Designers are creating pieces that glide, that sway, that drape in layers of beauty. Whether the skirt falls in a soft A-line, breaks into flared godettes at the hem, or flows in circular fullness, it is never overdone. It is always considered. Waistbands are often wide and soft, designed to support without squeezing. Lengths vary slightly, but the floor length and ankle length styles dominate, in keeping with the season's call for modesty and elegance. What makes these sets even more special is their adaptability. A woman may wear the full Ankara look to a formal occasion, then pair the blouse with a plain skirt or the Ankara skirt with a simple top on another day, creating multiple looks from one beautiful investment. As 2025 unfolds, events across the continent and throughout the diaspora are showcasing this powerful shift. At traditional weddings, we see mothers of the bride standing tall in flowing Ankara dresses with structured sleeves and regal collars. At church anniversaries, women arrive in vibrant skirt and blouse sets, their head wraps perfectly tied, their smiles proud. At cultural festivals, fashion shows, naming ceremonies, milestone birthdays, these looks dominate not because they shout, but because they sing. They speak of heritage, of strength, of style that refuses to diminish with age or size. These garments are not about hiding. They are about honoring. This movement in Ankara fashion is not only changing runways. It is changing minds. It is redefining who is seen, who is celebrated, and how beauty is expressed. Designers are finally waking up to the truth that the mature plus-size woman is not a niche market. She is not an afterthought. She is the core. She is the inspiration. Her curves, her posture, her experience, they deserve fine garments, not generic options. And so the industry is responding with collections built around real bodies, with fittings done on fuller figures, and with styles that uplift rather than restrict.